Unmute and transition. And hello, everyone. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm doing all right. How are you today?
Doing all right. I see Chip Sounders in the chat. Good evening, Chip Sounder. Do I have anything fun or interesting to talk about? I don't think I do. Do you have anything you want to talk about, Mama?
Nah.
Eventually, I need to come up with like a list of topics to talk about, but I say that every time, and I haven't done it, so who knows? And then I'll run out of topics. So do we restart that list, or do we just then go back up? I need to go make a new list. Who knows? Anyway, what are we here for? Sudoku. So let's get on to our first puzzle. Copy and paste. And we are going to do Zigzag Our Way by Chip Sounder. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, column, and 3x3 box. Cells separated by a king's move in chess cannot contain the same digit. Digits may repeat in a cage. Read the clue out loud, and that will tell you how many times a particular digit in the cage, i.e., if the clue reads 1, 4, 3, 2, that means there is 1, 4, and 3 2s in the cage. Cells separated by a black dot has one digit double the other, a 1-to-2 ratio. Cells separated by a white dot are consecutive, and not all dots are necessarily given. All right. Well, kind of want to highlight these just a smidge. Okay. So a red is 2 9s. Yellow is 3 3s, 4 6s, and 1 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cages.
Look at purple.
3 3s and 2 7s.
And
this
it's
one
in 3
is...
boxes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see, what about green? 2 3s, 5 1s, 1 8, and 2 2s.
Well, and it takes up 5 boxes.
So then
Box
that's
4 and box 8 are, yeah.
And that's going to put 1 here. And this is where I had immediately forgotten about anti-king. So 1s can't go here, they must go there. So that's going to be 1 here and here. Although I might remove it from this box, so that way I don't miss the clue up there. This is what, 4 6s? If we took that one out, then that would give us more wiggle room. So I don't know. 2 plus 5 plus 1 plus 2. 7, 8, 9, 10. But there's already 5 here and 5 there, so we have a whole 7 extra spaces. Two 7s. Well, our 2 7s are going to have to go like this, because they can't go on the black dot. because it's a 1
Right.
to 2 ratio. They can't be halved. They must be doubled, but they'd be doubled to a double-digit number.
Is red 2 9 or 2 5?
2 9s.
Okay, and the 9 cannot go on a crop key, on the black crop key.
Yeah. So we get a 9 here, and then a 9 in this range. So this 3 means this cannot be 3 or 6. So it has to be 1 doubling to 2, 2 doubling to 4, or 4 doubling to 8. Cannot be 3 doubling to 6. And now we know the 4 is in orange, so this isn't a 4, which means this can't be 8. But otherwise, that's all we get. The only even digits that can go on here are 6 and 8, which means 5, 7, and 9 are the odd digits that would surround it. But I can't put a 7 here. It would look at all 3 of these because of anti-king. It's not particularly helpful, but it's something. Three threes. So we're gonna have a 3 here, and we're gonna have a 3
With the 7s, yeah.
here. So this is 2, 4, or 8, where 4 is required. But this one, the 3 can be on the black dot. Green has 2 3s. Available. 1 8 and 2 2s. Yellow is 3 3s, 4 6s, and 1 4. Well, okay. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. the 6s, because there's 4 of them, are going to take at least one of these 3 on the outside. No, it's at least 2. Which means that my 3 3s have to go in here. So the outside is going to have 2 6s, and I can't fit 3 3s just in here, so the third 3 has to go here, and these 2 have to both be 6. 6 is gone, so 5 is gone, so we have to have 8 here. So 8's missing from this one. Not a 3 here. 3 has to be one of those 2. 2 is now a requirement. But now we have to have a 6 in here. So this is a 3 6. This one removes that one. This one's 5 or 7.
Well, in box 6, the 1 has to be in the bottom row because of Sudoku.
Right. I'm just going to line up with the ones here, put ones there. Which I already have ones here. And that one says that. I have to have one in here, and I can't there. Which is going to line up with this one to give us a 1 here. Well, this one cannot be 1, because if it was, it would place a 2, which would break this down here. Just because I don't want this to overlap with what's on top, I'm going to center that for the moment.
Kropke at the top of column 6 can't be 3 6 or 1 2. So the 4 on yellow cannot be in box 2. It has to be in box 6.
Three 3s and 4 6s, those are all taken care of. More or less. Oh, a 3 here, a 3 there, because it has to be in here, and this one rules it out of this rules it out of both this one, and if I anti-kink this one, so 3s in box 6 can't be here or here. And since neither of those can be a 3, this is, which gives us a 1 and a 2.
One can be placed in row 8. It's in box 7.
Excuse me. 1, 2 now. That's a 2. So that's a 2. So this is a 2. I can't. 2, 4, 2 is 2. 3, 4, 6, 9. 3s.
There's a 3 in column 3.
Two threes. No, excuse me, 3 3s. So it has to be in purple. So those 2. Not seeing a lot of progress with 3s. 4s.
And the 4s in boxes 6 and 9. Place the in box 3.
One, two, there. Can't be there, so it has to be one of those 2. So that's 4. That's can't have 3 if this has to be 2, 4, 8. But there's no 2. Chip Sounder says, ha ha ha, I'm invisible. How did you end up being invisible? 4, 8 is going to take the 8 off this one, placing it here because we have to have an even digit on there. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That all lined up. Chip Sounder said that there were 0 people in chat for a moment there, which is silly because my phone's definitely got this pulled up. I don't see 5s anywhere yet. 6s only have 2, 3, 4, so 5. Can't be this one. 6, 7, no, 8, 9, 6 is this, 5,
The
7, 9.
the white crop key in column 2 has to have a 6 on it because it has to have an even in both C2, 4, and 8.
So 6, and this one can't be a 6 because the one in the box. So 5 or 7, which pairs nicely with that. So 3, 8, 9. There's 3 here. The 8. Let's move those. So it's a 3, 9 pair. It's going to give me a 7. Knock that one out. I think this has to be a 7 because that's all that's left in the column. And of course the 5, 7 pair knocked out here as well. This has to be a 5. So then we have
3 and 9.
And right now what? 4 can't pair with 2, so it pairs with 8. So I think that has to be a 6 because that's all that's left in the row. So what's left in here? 5, 7, 9. 7 anti-king and 9 by regular Sudoku.
Box 2, the 8 has to go in the center column. So in box 8, it can be placed.
Five, 7, 9, and 3, I think. Two, 4, and 8 means 6 has to be on the even
Well, a
on
9
here.
can't be on that, yeah. I think that's all the crop keys accounted for. Admittedly, the one in box 3 isn't fully, but
Close enough. Done. 1, 2, 4, 6, 9. Neither of these are 3 by Sudoku, and 8's gone by Sudoku as well.
5,
5,
6,
6,
7
7.
triple.
8 and 3 then.
Well, that 5, 6,
There.
7 in row 2 does, yeah. And the 3, 9 is row 2 needs a 9.
This is a 6 and 8. Well, that has to be 8 because that one is assessed with 6.
5 or 7. 6 could be placed in box 8 now.
It's 5 9s. 9 there, 5 there, 9 here. This is a 5. 5, 7. There is 1 8 in green, so this isn't it. This is.
5 can be placed in box 6. Uh, 8 in box 6. So 7 and 9.
There we go. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I have a small headache, so hopefully it's affecting too much forward. It is mildly distracting. But this was a fun puzzle. I really liked the structure of it, the way that made you think through it. This one, I was a little slow on figuring it out because of the limited nature of how many boxes it was in, and the fact that the 4 6s and the 3 3s had to mean that the single ones that poked out Had to be only 3s and 6s, and this one here, placing the 6s and the 3. Excuse me, that was fun. Alright, puzzle number 2 for today. Singularis Alchemist Madness Episode 7, Box of Frogs, by Chip Sounder. Any rule type can only appear once. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row column 3x3 box. The grid is covered in fog. Placing a correct digit will clear the surrounding cells of that digit. No bifurcation needed. Digits on a light gray slow thermometer must not decrease from the bulb end. Killer cages. Digits in a dotted cage without repeat sum to the total given in the top left corner of the cage. Digits along a teal line must alternate between low 147, medium 258, and high 369. Any 3 in a row must be one of each modularity. Cells separated by an X sum to 10. Digits on a purple Renban line must form a set of consecutive digits in any order without repeat. Cells separated by a V sum to 5. Adjacent digits along a green German whisper line must differ by at least 5. Digits inside a circle quadruple clue must appear in the 2x2 of cells it touches. Cells separated by a black dot have a 1 to 2 ratio. Adjacent digits along an orange Dutch whisper line must differ by at least 4. Cells separated by a white dot are consecutive. The yellow line is a palindrome, must read the same forwards as backwards. Box borders divide the blue line into equal sums. Digits on a thin gray line sum to the same sum as the connected circles. Digits on a dark gray thermometer must rise from the bulb end. Clues outside the grid sum to the digits in the indicated diagonal. Digits may repeat if other rules allow. Look and say cages. Digits may repeat. Read the clue aloud and it will tell you the digits that are in the cage and how many of them. For example, if the clue reads 3, 4, 1, 3, there will be 3 4s and 1 3. Alright, I think I understand what's going on here. So let's get started. A 6, well that's easy. It's not a look and say clue because there's only a single digit. So this has to be 1, 2, and 3. And this must be a slow thermometer. But either way, this is a 1, this is a 2, and that's a 3. So this must be 2. If this is a 3, then this one has to be 6 or 9. Which is going to be, well, it can't be a 1, so this is a 4 pairing with a 6. And this one has to be 2, 5, or 8. Well, it's clearly not a 2. 7 has to be one of these. Well, and the other has to be 5. Well, not the other. 5 has to be one of these 2.
Well, column 8 has a crop key, a black crop key on it, and it has to be 3, 6.
Right.
We don't have anti-night, do we? No, okay.
No. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Or this isn't 1 or 2, so this isn't 3 or 4. Pretty sure that's a V. Matt the Musician says,
5.
wow. Oh, I forgot to put the links in here. Apologies for that. But Matt the Musician says, wow, it seems like this has all of the common constraints in variant Sudoku. It has most of them. There are a few others that aren't there. Say again, Mama?
There has to be a 5 on the Renban, and it can't be in box 3.
Right. So it has to be one of these two. I just realized that this is a 3-6 pair, so this can't be a 3. And if this V is correct, this is a 4, so that is a V.
White crop key where you
1
just put the
goes
1.
to 2. Double checking. the orange line here.
There has to be a 7 on the red band also because it can't contain 1. It can't contain a 2, so it can't contain a 1. So 3 is the
Right.
minimum it can have on it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
And it could
8.
have an 8. Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7,
And
8.
you can't have a 6 in column 7.
Well, these 3 have to all be different. Yeah, and none of them can be 3. Oh, it can't go below 4, or excuse me, it can't go below 3. Which means it has to go 4, 5, 6, even if it does include a 3.
And that's the only
But
spot it
none
can
of
have a
these could have
6.
3. So 6, 3.
So yeah, it
5,
does go
7,
up to 8.
8. Well, this one's going to be this 7, 8, because these two have to both be different, so then this is our 9.
Yeah. What was the orange? Is that a Dutch Whisper?
I don't
Don't
know.
recall.
When I was looking through, I didn't see it, but I did go fairly quickly. Gray, Killer Cage, Teal Line, X's are 10s, Purple Renban, V sums to 5, Green is a German Whisper line, differs by 5.
Orange Dutch Whisper, yeah. At least 4.
Ah, there it is. So 699, not a 9. And since this can't be a 9, then this must be at most 4. And 1, 2, and 4.
4 in the row.
So there's 3. So that's 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But obviously, 1, 2, 3 are all gone.
And under the 3, the 6 goes away.
Right. Gives us a 7, 8 there.
And I'm guessing that's an arrow clue in row 7.
It's an arrow clue or it's
Or
a connected. Digits on a thin gray line sum to the same sum as the connected circles.
oh, okay.
So I don't know the common name for that one. What's left over in this box? This is 4, 2, 3. This one's not a 9. This one's not a 1. And then this one isn't 5 or 7. Chip Sounder says this is a double arrow. But this is 5, 7, and 8. So 5, 7, and 8 gets removed from there. But if this isn't 5 or 7, then those have to be both 5 and 7.
Well,
This
and you
is this
can't
one's
have a
just a 7.
5 on the German Whisper.
Right. So 7 there. 8 here.
7 goes to 1.
8, 5, 7, 8 makes 5.
The
8.
German Whisper.
Whisper. This is a high digit.
Oh, yeah, the last low digit on there has to be a 3. Because it sees 1 and 2 in the column. It can't be 4.
It also sees 4 in the column.
Yeah, but it couldn't be a 4 anyway because it'd have to be
Yeah.
9 above and below it.
What are these three? 5, 6, 7. Chip Sounder says, why is row 4, column 5, and 8? I don't know. Could be an 8 or a 9. I think I
Because of 4?
went too quickly. Because
Oh,
4 doesn't
right.
force 9.
Right.
It only does that on the German whisper line.
That's probably why, because you got excited. Oh, German whisper. No, it's not.
Yeah, but I went too quickly. Now, having placed an 8 there, and knowing that it's incorrect, means that this has to be a 9. However, I don't want to do it that way, because that's not how the puzzle is supposed to be solved. It could also be the anti-king from the previous puzzle.
What's
But
the
either
chartreuse
way,
line? Oh, sorry.
this yellow line,
Oh, is that yellow? It looks green.
it's
My poor chartreuse.
I mean, yellow and green are pretty close on the spectrum. So, but yellow should be a palindrome.
Oh, okay.
Wherever that says the yellow line is a palindrome, and so those are both the same.
So it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, or 9, or 7. So it's got to be a 6.
All right, so 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 6. 5 out of 3. This one's not 2. This one isn't 4 or 5. That one's not 2. So 7 has to go here. 1, 2, 4, and 5. Not a 1. So, well, we couldn't have both 4 and 5 on here anyway. So this isn't a 2. So this is 1 and 2, and then either 4 or 5. So this can't have a 9 on it. Oh, what's this one? This one's the dark gray thermometer must rise from the bulb end. Whereas this one's clearly the slow thermometer. Where did I see slow thermometer in the rules? Light gray slow thermometer. It's not degrees. Alright, well, what's left over in row 5? 3, 1, 4, 6, and 7. This one here isn't a 2. So this isn't a 9 for sure.
Row 6, yeah, it's a 5.
8. And 9. 3, 5, 7, and 8. And 5, 6, 7, 9, not an 8. Could this go all the way across? Just for funsies. The maximum it could have is 17, which doubled is 34, which would require 11 on the outside, which has to be done in 2. So we know the circle is here. And this is a minimum of 5 going across. However, these two are minimum 11, and 11 and 6 is 17. So that's an 8-9 pair. So 7 is gone, 9 is gone. This has to now be a 4 because this can't be a 6. So that's a 4, that's a 2, those aren't. 1, 2, and 3 going across. This one's 1, neither of these are. Over in this
4 and 8.
column. And 2, 3, and
9.
And this is 11.
Which is 4 and 7.
5, 6, 7 on this side, 4 on this one. This one's going to have to be our look and say clue.
Yeah. Well, column 9 is left with 1 and 6. 8, 9, and 5. 2, 3, and 7. Not that that was very helpful, but yeah, you know.
We can do box 1. 1, 2, 3, 8.
6. 6. Not 8, 6.
Yeah, I don't know how I read that as a 6. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9.
4, 5, and 7.
This isn't 8, that's not 4, that's not 5. I don't know why I said 5. It was clearly a 7. At least I removed the correct digit.
Row 4 is left with 3 and 7. And 1 and 6. Two,
Right.
9, 2, 6.
Well, that means I'm going to have a 6 in here.
And there has to be a 6 in box 4 and a 6 in box 7.
So this has to be. And then this
Unless
has
I'm
to be 5.
misreading where that box goes.
Nope.
And the 6, since there has to be another 6 in the page in box 7, it resolves the 1, 6 pair in column 9. Column 9.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing.
You were looking at column 3.
Yeah, but I don't know why. 2 9s means that this is a 9, and one of these two is a 9. It can't be both of these. That's a 9. This is a 5. That's 4. That's 5. Not a 9. 8, 9 pair. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 pair. And this is a 6. $14 and 6 is already 20. So this is a 6 because this has to be no more than 5. And it already sees 1, 2, 4, and 5. So that's a 3. That's a 2. 3, 6. Not 3, not 2, not 2, not 3.
Okay, the
And now
20 little killer, yeah.
we've got
9 and
9.
11. So 8 and 3.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 7, 2, 5, 7, 9, 8, 5, 4, 8.
4.
And 9. There we go. My headache is definitely affecting. These have lots of rules, but there's stuff fun to do. There's it's just fun to see all of the different rules that can be put into a puzzle and how they lead to the outcomes. Yeah. All right. So now we are going to do Game of Arrows by Odd van de Wettering. Copy and paste. Link in the chat if you'd like to give it a go. This is Game of Arrows by Odd van de Wettering. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Cells separated by a single king's move in chess cannot contain the same digit. Digits along an arrow must sum to the digit in that arrow's circle. And that's it. Okay, so all of these arrows, where all three of its the arrow components have to be 6, 7, 8, or 9. Because the minimum of 3 different digits is 6. These ones, these diagonal ones, are actually minimum 4. So we have 4 through 9 here. 5, 8, and I should have done that as well. 5, 8. Because I can repeat on the arrow. And I can do a 1 here and 1 and a 2 there. I kind of doubt that I'm going to get a 4 or a 5 on them, but it's important to keep that in mind. Anti-king. Anti-king. Well, okay. What does that mean for this box? Well, where can this 2 go? Sudoku, anti-king, and then it can't be in either of these 2 because there's too much, these lines are too long. So 2 has to be one of these 2 positions. which means this can't have a 2 on it at all.
And
So
it
that
can't be
means
6 or
6
7.
7. And if it doesn't have a 2, then that means
It has to have a 1.
and it has to be 1 3 4.
No,
No, can't be 1
that's
3
8.
4.
1 3 5.
I don't know why I thought 1 3 4. I think the way I was thinking was that 1 2 3 and 4 is 10, and if you take out 1, that leaves 9. But we weren't taking out 1, we were taking out 2. Which I guess what I should have done was make 15, but even that doesn't make that much sense. 9 1 3 8 5 2 leaves 4 6 and 7. So 4 6 7 gets removed from here. There's already a 5 in this box, so that's gone. 6 and 7 is gone for this one over here as well. Well, if this is already a 4, then that can't be a 4 here. And 1 and 2 make 3, plus 4 is 7, so 6 is gone as well. And I guess what I could do here is 1, 2, 3, and 5, where we take out 2 and 5 and 5 here. Now, if I have 1, 2, 3, and 5, that is 13. Right? No, it's 11. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 5 is 11. If I want to make 9, I lose the 2, but that's not possible. I have to have a 2 on here, so I have to lose the 3, and that's going to give me 8. I'm just going to put a 9 here and place a 3. And 1, 2, and 5 is 8. I didn't mess that up. Okay. 9 is removed from here. 7 gets placed. 7 is taken out of all of these. There's no way this is a 6 because that's still minimum 3. So 4 and 1, 2 make that work. Okay. 1 3 pair is going to take 1 out, placing a 1. Nope, does not place that 1 because 1 can be in either of those positions. This is definitely not an 8 because 3-cell arrow like this is maximum 6, and on these diagonals, maximum 7, which can only be in the middle. And that's only for this 9 over here. This one's a 7. 3 could be a 1 2 pair and not break. Four or 6. 3 and a 4. Chip Sounder says row 1, column 6, not be 6 or 7 because of this 1 2 right here. The 6 is 1 2 3 and 7 is 1 2 4. Okay, this cannot be a low digit then, because regardless of whether this is 8 or 9, it has to have 2 of the digits from 1, 2, and 3. because 8 is 1, 2, and 5, or 1, 3, and 4, so either 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. And then 9 is 1, 2, 6, 1, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4. It has to be 1 and 2, 1 and 3, or 2 and 3. So that means this isn't 1, 2, or 3. It's 4, 5, or 6. Which immediately takes out, 5, 6, 7. I could do 2 4s, but not here. So a 4, a 4, and a 1. 1, 3 pair makes this a 2. So that's not a 2. Neither of those is a 2. That's a 2. This isn't. That isn't. Which means this isn't a 4. It's 4 and 2 is already 6. This is either 1, 2, which is 5. So this is a 6. That's a 4. That's an 8. That's a 1. This is a 5. That's a 1. That's a 5. This is a 3. That's 8. 1. 3, 5, 1. For 6. 6 and 7, I think. 3, 4, 9. 9, 4, 3. 4 means I either have 1 or excuse me, I either have 4 or 5. Well, apparently that's a 3 and that's a 1, so that's an 8. 7 and 9 left over, so this isn't a 9, so one of those two is a 1. Five, 6. 1, 3, 2, 4. Either a pair of 1s or a 1 and a 2. This is a 1, so you get 2. That is already 4, so this is 2 or 4. This 2 makes it 4, makes it 8. 2, 3, and 6, I think. So, got 2 and 3 here for anti-king. Those low digits. 6 and 9 left over. 4, 5, 7. 7, 4, 5. Five is gone. 4 is gone. These two. 9 is 3. And 8 these two. The 6, 7 pair means this isn't a 6. One, 3, 4, 5. Either these are 2. This one isn't 8 or 9. 9 there. 9. So something would line up, but it didn't. 6, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 7. This one isn't 8 by Sudoku and 6 or 9 by anti-king. None of these are 3. because that one sees that one, and then these two see those two. So that actually places a 3 here. 6, and then 8 by anti-king. But that means, for this column, the only thing that could be 3 is this one. It's an 8, 9, and something
4.
left over. One maybe? 1, 3, 5, and 8. This one isn't a 9. 2 is gone. 9 is gone. 4 is gone.
Column 1 needs a 5.
3 and 5. This 4 actually sees everything, and since none of those are 4, that is. So that's not. 7 has to be one of these 3, so it's not this one. One, 2, 9, and 3. 4 and 5, and an 8. Well, 6, 7, and 9 actually gives us
2.
Let's do that one.
5.
4, 8 is gone.
5 and 8 are left in there because there's a 4, 6, 7. Oh, no, never mind. There's an 8 possibility.
6,
But
7,
5
8, 9.
needs
8.
a
5 has to be one of these 3, so that's that. All of my arrows are done, so now it's just picking apart Sudoku, isn't it?
yeah. And anti-king.
Anti-king.
The bottom of column 6, the 7, 9, yeah.
7, 4, 6, 4, 8, 8, 6, 8, 8, 6, 2, 8, 9, 6, 7, 2, 9, 8, 6, 6, 7, 7. There we go. That seems right to me. Odd von de Wettering, 99% certain doesn't post to Logic Masters Germany. So on to puzzle number 4 for today. And copy that. Yes. Puzzle 4 is going to be 17 fives by R. Mullenix. I think I said that right, or spelled that right. Link in the chat if you'd like to give it a go. I think this is going to be the last puzzle. My head is hurting. 17 fives by R. Mullenix. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 exactly once in every row column and 3 by 3 box. Middlers. Find 9 middler cells in the grid, 1 in each row, column, and 3 by 3 box, each containing a different digit. The value of a middler cell is 5, regardless of the digit in the cell. German whispers. If two cells are joined by a green line, the values of those cells must have a difference of at least 5. V clues. Cells joined by a V have values that sum to 5. X clues. Cells joined by an X have values that sum to 10. Crocky. Cells separated by a white dot contain consecutive values. And palindrome. The values along a gray line read the same forwards and backwards. So, I guess one thing we can do is just say everything that is green can't be a 5, and this V can't be a 5. So where are our middler cells? Well, since this can never be a value of 5, across from it on the 10, the X can't be a value of 5. So this one is guaranteed to be a middler cell. Because this whole column so whatever that is, this has to be 4 or 6. So this is treated as a 5 regardless of what it is. I guess theoretically both of those could be middlers. Or that one could be.
Yeah, you can do this. Well, no, I guess because you could put a 5 on an X if it's paired with the middler. Never mind.
Chip Sounder asks, what happens if row 9, column 4 is not a 5? It's treated as a 5 anyway. So if this is a 7, it's still a 5. If it's a 1, it's still a 5.
Well, okay. But what happens with the rest of the column? If that is not a 5,
Oh,
where can you put a 5?
that's yeah.
I think that's what the question was actually.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I was a little slow on that one because I can't put a 5. I mean, that was the whole point of identifying this one as a middler cell, is even if it because it had to be it couldn't be a 5 anywhere else. So yeah, I definitely feel a little goofy on that one. These two are both low. Oh, hold on, I should make this something else. Tall Cat says, if you look at high lowity in the column, you can get the parity of yellow. So we know this one's blue because it's a V, and we've got a 4-length German Whisper, which is going to have 2 blues and 2 reds. But since it has to have 2 blues on it, that's 4 blues, and so yellow has to be red. And that makes black blue. And this one's going to be high, this one's going to be low. So it's this one, and we'll get high and high again. So, well, I guess I don't want to fill in those because they're, well, neither of, excuse me, this can still be a 4, so I don't know what I was thinking on that one.
In row 1, if the 5 is, shoot. Nope, never mind, it wasn't working.
It can't be a 5 on the 10 because I've already used 5 as a middler cell.
But if the middler is also on the X.
But I can't repeat the digit for the middler. So each middler cell contains a different digit.
Right.
And since I've already used a 5, I can't use a middler on here as a 5 again. Oh, never mind.
But the
That's
value
the wrong
of the
thing. That's the
middler
wrong
is
thing.
5.
Yeah, they're. Yep, my brain's just non-functional today.
Right. So
Tall Cat says no. The 5 has to be on the 10.
yeah.
With a middler cell.
Because if it's not on the X, you can't
Right.
put a middler on the German Whisper at all. And if the 5 is there, then those sum to 10 and it has to be, which is what I was trying to say when I.
No,
So that's a 5 and something else.
my brain is not working.
I forget what the gray lines are.
Palindromes.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. Well, this red digit has to be 7, 8, or 9. So this has to be 6, 7, 8, or 9. And it cannot be treated as a 5. Makes it a red digit. But this could be 1, 2, 3, or 4. And this could be a Midler cell.
Ah, 6 cannot be row 4, column 4. Because if that is 6, it crosses the X to a 4. And the other blue on that German Whisper has to be a 1, otherwise you break the V. And oh, never mind. 1, that would work. The bottom one can't be 6. That's what I was meaning to say. Because if that's a 6, it goes to a 1,
Which would make that
which
4
has to be a
to prevent
4.
breaking the V.
Is my brain just not working right for me? I think my
No,
brain's just not
no,
working
that,
right for
that,
me.
that worked. Because if this was a 6, that would force a 1. Pair with a 4,
Right,
which would force a 6 again.
right, okay.
Tallcat
And you
says
can't
top red in the column
can't
can't
be a
be
6.
6.
So
That
that places the
places.
6. Which is what I
Oh,
was
because
trying to say,
go
places the
once.
6 in row 4, column 4.
6, 4, 1, 2, 3. A 9 paired with an 8. And these two aren't. Well, this has to be a 1. It cannot be a 4 because those can't both be 9. This is still 7, 8, or 9. But this is now 7, 8, or 9. And I get 6 on one of the two sides.
And you
That's 2 or
cannot
3.
put 4 on the blue.
Right. 4, 6. 9. Not 8 because there's already here. 3 or 4. Could be a 4 because those both be 9. Okay. Progress. Six, 7, 8, 9. Neither could be an 8. This one isn't a 9. Now it's not a 6.
Well, and the bottom one can't be a 6. That red can't
Right.
be a
It'd
6
be a
because
pair of 1s above and below. places, 3 or 5, or something else. Well, whatever this is, its palindrome mirror is up here. Neither this cannot be a 5 or a Midler cell, so this cannot be a 5 or a Midler cell. So whatever those are, they're the same. They are not 9, 1, 7, 8, or 6, nor can they be 2 or 5. 3 or 4 is a blue digit. Now the other thing is, those two have to be one of those two. And the same is true of whatever this ends up being. Has to be one of those 3. Okay. Can either of these be a Midler cell? If so, then if this was the Midler cell, that would be a 5, whether they could not both be Midler cells. But if this is a Midler cell, then that's a 5, that would be a Midler cell, and that would be a 5. So I think these could still be 5 and a Midler. They just couldn't both be 5 or both be a Midler. And Tallcat sort of reiterates that idea. Not necessarily because it's just the value that repeats, not necessarily the digit. Yeah, I agree with that. Cool. But these two could not be a Midler or a 5 because this Midler 5 here. And now those two are the same, and whatever they are would repeat in this as long as they're different. Or excuse me, as long as they're actually the same. But they could be a Midler and a 5 as well. Or both Midlers. Okay. Neither of these can be 5 or a Midler. So these cannot be 5 or Midlers. So that makes these two not 1, 4, 6, or 9. And this one cannot be 7 or 8, nor can it be 5. So it's 2 or 3, which is low. And then going back up to this one, 2 or 5 isn't allowed. But it could be a high digit.
In box 5, the 1 is either on the X or in row 4, column 6.
Yeah.
If it's on the X, it has to be the Midler.
Right.
Pairing with 5.
Oh. 6, 7, 8, and 9 all see this one. So
Yeah, but if the middler is on the X.
yeah. But what we know about it is it has to be the digits 1 through 5, except for 4, which means this one is 5 through 9, as well. We don't know what this one could be. It's just this one is 1, 2, 3, or 5. If it's a 5, it's not the middler, and the other one is. But if it's 1, 2, or 3, 1 has to be middler. But 2 or 3 could pair with 7 or 8 on the opposite side. Or they could be middlers and pair with a 5.
Middlers throw me off, or things that change things throw me off.
Yeah. Well, what digits could these be? 9, 1, 7. This one isn't 2. And this one isn't 4 or 8. I guess I fill out the rest of this. 9, 1, 7, 8. 4, and 6. I want to make an argument that stuff isn't a middler, but I don't I don't even know where to go with that. Because I'd like to say that this has to do something with that, but one of them could be a middler, so
Yeah.
what am I missing? This is 5, 7, 8, or a middler. Tallcat says, I think the middler in box 5 is always a 1. Um, and then Tallcat says, scratch that.
Yeah.
Because this could be a 5, and then that's a middler, and that's a 1. Tallcat says, well, there is always a middler in column 6 of box 5. If the middler is on the X, then it's clear. But this one could be a middler still.
No, because if the X would have to be if the X doesn't have a middler on it, then it's from 2, 3, 7, 8.
Yeah. We have a 1 here.
And then a 5.
But the 5 couldn't be the middler.
And a 5 can't be a middler. So that I don't think that one can be a middler.
Okay, that makes sense. So then that pulls it out of these.
And yeah, Tallcat's right. Then the 1 has to be the middler.
Okay. Where do we go from here? Tall Cat says, ugh, it's a chain. But I don't think row 8, column 2 can be a middler. Row 8, column 1. Well, if this was a middler,
then row 5, column 2 is a 5. And row 1, column 1 is 5.
yeah. And then we get our middler as one of those two in this box. Okay, if that was a middler, you'd get 5, and you'd get 5, and you'd get middlers as one of those two. Tall Cat says, basically row 5, column 2 is a 5. Then row 5, column 3 is a middler. But row 7, column 2
2 is a 5.
It could be 3 that pairs with the 4.
No, it's the value.
Because row 5, column 3 could be 3. Yeah. So middlers could be either of these two.
Yeah.
But if this was a 5 and that was a middler, this would have to be value 3.
Yeah.
Which would make these value 4. Which would force 6 to be up here. Okay, but if these were value 3, so these would be value 4, you'd have a 6 here, 4 here. 2 or 5, 2, 5 or 6, 2, 5 or 6. Well, 6 would have to be one of these two.
Where do you put 7, 8, 9 in column 2?
Well,
Okay, the one on the
this
palindrome? Yeah.
Oh, that one could be still 7, 8, or 9 if it's the middler.
Oh, right, if it's the middler.
Gosh darn it.
Darn, I thought I saw some. I thought I had something there with that.
6 or 8. Couldn't be value 6. But these two would have to be middlers. Well, they couldn't both be middlers. Oh, but we know that this one is the middler. If these are both value 3. If they're value 3, they have to be 3s. So then that's going to lead to these being what it is. So this one and this one have the same value. And whatever this is, we know it is its value because a 6 is the middler. So this could not be value 8 because then that would have to be value 8. So this would have to be the digit 5. Well, this couldn't be the digit 5, so it would have to be the middler. So if this is value 3, that's the middler. Tallcat says, actually, I think I see something easier. Row 1, column 2 is middler or 5. Where is that in column 1? Oh, where is it in this column? Just simply asking, where is this digit in this column? Well, it's clearly not in the same box, and this isn't 1, 9, or 7, and it's also not a 2. And we know that this one isn't that one. It can't even be that value because of the palindrome. So whatever this is, this one's the same. So 3 and 8 are gone. But just because, well, if this is the middler, then that has to also be the middler because of the column. So I guess this is value 5 regardless.
Yeah.
Which means this is value 5 regardless. But it could still be the if this is the middler, then that's the middler. So then that would be the digit 5. If this is the digit 5, that's the digit 5. And then this would have to be the middler of value 5, which would make this value 3, which means this couldn't be a 3. Unless this one's the middler. Oh, but if it... Wait. If that's 5 and that's 5, then this is a middler. Can this be a middler? Because if this is a 5 and that's a 5, then this is the middler. And if that's the middler and that's the middler, this one isn't. And now Tallcat says, actually I think the question of 7, 8, 9 in column 2 is now relevant. So I can put a 7, 8, 9 here. I can put a 7, 8, 9 here. Row 7, column 2 Right. Because if this is a 5 and that's a 5, then that's the middler. And if this is a middler and that's a middler, then neither of these two could be middlers. So this is 3 or 5. So now 7, 8, 9 is ruled out of here and here. So now these three are 7, 8, 9. Red. That was hard.
Just 3.
So if this is the digit 5 and that's the digit 5, that's the middler, but that could be the digit 5. But then this couldn't be a middler or the digit
Or
5.
5.
Okay. And that was the digit 5, the digit 5, the middler. So that couldn't be a 5. If this is a middler and that's a middler, then that is the digit 5. So then these are value 3. So then those are 4. So that's a 4. This has to be a 2. Somehow this ended up being a 1. 3s are gone. 4s are gone. This isn't the digit 2, so it must be the digit 5. 4, 6, 5. 6, 5. Okay, so 5 and 6. 3 takes out 7 as a possibility. Tallcat says that is very clever, but it took me the longest time to see it. I don't know if I could have seen it with my brain being the way it is. 8, 7, 7.
So now don't we know? Yeah.
This is not a middler. Gray, low, low. This one can't be a middler. This one has to be a middler. This one's just a red digit.
And it's 2. Box 4, the middler is 2. Because 6 is the middler in box 1.
Right. Seven, 9. It's gray. So this is blue 4. I'm missing 3, and I'm missing
8.
One, 2, 3, 7. These two aren't 4. These two aren't 9.
And the middler has to be in. Well, no, never mind. But we don't know
Tallcat
which one it is.
says the 5 is forced to be on the X now in box 5. So then this has to be.
And it pairs with the 1 as the middler.
This one's definitely the 5. But I don't.
Doesn't it? No, not necessarily. Okay,
Not
yeah,
necessarily.
not necessarily pairs.
But none of these can be purple. How did I get letters? Where did I click? I never clicked this button. This is gray.
Well, row 6 is left with 6, 8, and 9.
8. This cannot be a 2 because that's already 2. One, 8, 5, and 7. 2, 3, and 9 from over here. 4 and 6. 2, 3, 9. 3, 9. 4, 6 pair. 4 and 6.
Box 2 has the 4 can be placed.
Tallcat says there has to be a 5 and Midler now on the X in box 9. Because 1, 2, 3, and 4, 6 are out. So yeah, so if there wasn't a Midler, the low digits here and a 4, 6. So it has to be 5 and a Midler. So then 9 isn't Midler. Yellow, or 1 is, which means this is a 3. 2, 2, 3, 8, 1, 5, which isn't the Midler. 9, which is
Purple, it's red. Yeah.
8, 6, red, 9, 9, 3, 9, red, blue. Well, this can't be a Midler, which means this one can't be. This one's our 5. Which means that one's also 5. 4.
Row 3 already has its Midler.
One, 5, 3, 2, 6, and 9. And it's also not a 7. So 4, 8, and 7, I think. Well, no. None of these can be 4 because of this 4 and that 4. Or that 4 and that 4. Or this 4. So this has to be 4. 6, 4. Just blue, blue, red. This is a red 8. So, what am I left over with?
4?
7 and 8?
Yeah, 7 and 8.
Well, 8 here means one of these two is 8. And this 8 tells me it has to be this one. And 7. 6. 3. 2. 5. 7. 1, 2, 2, blue, 3, 2, 4, 6. Oh, that's red. 6, 7, 9. That took forever. It was supposed to be a fast puzzle. Ugh. That was a very nice puzzle. That was very, like, I don't, that was, the logic was beautiful. But like, hard. I mean, even if my brain was not killing me right now, oops, wrong. No, I had a headache since I started, and this is the 4th puzzle, and I always get fuzzy towards the end.
How is Tall Cat still number 2?
I have no idea how the experience works, because Tall Cat has 75 experience, and Chip Sounder has 125. So I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, definitely the logic in this set of columns. Very. I definitely should have thought about it more, but because I felt like it definitely felt like we were looking in the right spot, but just not thinking the right thoughts until Tall Cat saw that thing. Yeah. All right. It is 10. I had kind of hoped to stop a little early, but no, it is what it is. I have this. I didn't submit the rating, so now that rating is submitted. Copy this link over to here. Alright, that will be it for today. As I transition over to the stream end screen, anyone who watches this back, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy YouTube engagement stuff. If you want to see more content on this channel, make sure to ring the notification bell. But there is single-player games on Wednesdays at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time ish, depending on when I get home from work. Playing through the Final Fantasy VII remake. And then on Saturday, around 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, I will be playing Earth Defense Force 4.1. And then next week, we'll be transitioning to Dying Light 2 for cooperative games. But yeah, I think that's all of the things. So we will see you next time.